Hey everybody, I think we're live. I have to do the customary, hope everybody can see me, hope everybody can hear me. Try and play a little bit of music here. Get for the intro people, whoever may be in the house. Welcome to the show. Welcome to I Have a Message that is about voting. So make sure you vote. Sorry, I got distracted. I am all over the place. I feel like I'm super late today. So if I seem, I'm second camera. Hi, how are you? Forgot the green screen today because I was kind of running behind. So you get to look at my blinds and my wall. So hopefully that looks okay for you guys. And the weird back of my head when I turn this way. But hi, welcome. Good to see you all. Welcome back to another live episode. If everybody can hear me in the chat, I would greatly appreciate you letting me know. Hopefully you don't hear the weird pops that are the comments. Let's see who we got in the house today. Creativity from the future. I'm going to try and make these a little bit smaller so you guys don't have to have them in my face, or on my face rather. Excited for tonight's show. Awesome. Oh yeah. What's up, Rhino Dog? Hey, Creativity. What's up? Okay, so we got everybody in the house here. Welcome to another live show. Is the music a little bit too high? Let me know in the comments. I try to keep it level, lowish, kind of have something that's not just me incessantly talking. So hopefully it sounds okay for those in the chat. But yeah, welcome to the live show. Today we have only a couple of topics. Hopefully it won't be super short, but I did want to share a couple of things with you guys. One of which being the Addams Family 2 teaser trailer that recently came out. If you just saw, I did a cinematic relate, which was about the 2019 animated Addams Family movie. So make sure you go onto my channel to check that out. So we're gonna watch that together. I have not yet watched it. I'm not expecting a lot considering the movie's not supposed to come out until 2021 Halloween. But I'm sure there's gonna be a little bit of something in there. Maybe we'll get some speculation, or we'll just talk about what could possibly happen. I don't know. And then we also have some more Spider-Man 3 news that happened just in this past week that has re-amped up the whole Spider-Verse theory. So we'll go ahead and get into that as well. So we'll pop over here. Sounds fine. Good to know. Music is good. Love the lights. Good. Glad you guys like it. Small improvements every week. That is the goal on this channel and this live stream. Not only just switch to this camera. Hopefully it didn't go wonky on me. It didn't. Okay. Yes, so small improvements every single week. Things here and there. Again, I forgot the green screen, but we're working through it. We'll figure it out. I do, however, have this on an actual tripod that I got. Now, my second camera, I'm going to start working with another camera that I have. I'm not sure if it'll work for the live streams or not, but even if I get a second angle out of it or something like that, it'll be worth it. But this tripod, it's actually a tripod and not one of those like handheld ones that I had before. It was basically just sitting on some boxes that I had. So I'm excited to actually have something steady and not have to worry about it. And I just have to make sure I don't kick it when I turn. But let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff of this episode. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is, and we're actually going to show a poster for it first because we'll get into it's just a teaser trailer. It's only like a minute long. But there's a new poster for the Addams Family 2 animated movie, which is, like I mentioned before, coming out Halloween 2021. Now, if you did watch my cinematic relate of that, thank you so much. If you haven't, make sure you check that out. It's on the channel now. I enjoyed the movie. I'm a big fan of the Addams Family. There were a couple of live action movies in the 90s. I think it was like 90, I want to say like 91 and 93 or 4. I don't recall exact years. I know there was a cartoon that came out in like 92, 93. So the Addams Family was pretty big in the 90s. It was based off of a comic by the name of Charles Addams, or the creator of it was named Charles Addams. I didn't mention that in my cinematic relate, but I felt like that was worth noting, and I didn't go back and edit it in, so now you guys know. It was basically he just thought his family was weird, and he just felt like making comics about them, and it turned into the Addams Family. I think that's actually kind of a fun anecdote about the show, series, characters in general. So that's fun. And so essentially this is the first teaser poster, more or less. Not anything too crazy, as you can see. It does just sort of have the family sitting around. I think they actually reused a lot of the same art for this poster and just replaced the 2 with, or it was a chair there before, and they just kind of replaced that and put a 2. There's really not a big change that I can see from some of the actual artwork from the first movie. So is this actually new or repurposed? I'm not really sure, but for the most part it looks kind of cool. If I look the opposite direction, because my computer's over here, if I go like that, does it look like I'm looking at it? I don't know. I hope so. Hope that worked. Anyway, so yes, so it kind of looks repurposed for the most part. I'm not really sure. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I was trying to figure out what that was in the picture. It was Fester. I didn't know what that was. I thought it was a new character. But essentially, let's watch the teaser trailer first. It's only like a minute, like I said. Let's go ahead and show that, and then we'll talk about some theories about the second one, because we want to make sure that we talk about some of that interesting stuff. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and click if my computer wants to load it. 2 seconds. Aw, it didn't load it. Hold on 1 second, guys. So sorry. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the oops, and there it is. Let's pause that because we're having some... Let's clear that. Can I make me smaller or move me to another corner? We'll move me to another corner real time. And we're gonna watch this together. We're gonna start it over. Take out the comment. All my overlays are going kind of crazy here. Okay, let's watch this trailer together, shall we?
We're back! Hey, where you going? I thought we were going fishing. Huh.
You're welcome. A sequel. How original.
Okay, like I said, it was a teaser trailer. I didn't really expect much from this trailer. Still excited for it, but it kind of doesn't really give us any information. It's more just like an announcement like, hey, this is coming, which that's kind of what the poster, and I showed a poster during my Cinematically Late, which was just the yellow one of Wednesday that just said like sequels are so overrated or whatever, how original what she just said there. And oh, let me put the poster back up, the new one. Political Call called me. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Please wait while it disappears. We're gonna wait for a second while the political call, silence call disappears here for a second. Wonder if I can put my phone... Let's try and play the trailer again while I try and put my phone on Do Not Disturb and get rid of this notification, because this is really annoying. Sincerest apologies, learning something new every week. Let's watch this instead. I'll be right back.
We're back! Hey, where you going? I thought we were going fishing. Huh.
You're welcome. A sequel. How original.
Okay. Oh man, I am way out of focus now. Alright, now we gotta try and fix this while I sit here and can't look at it. Hey, that actually worked out pretty good. Alright, cool. That worked out better than I thought it would. Sorry about that technical difficulty. Hopefully we won't have any more craziness like that happen again. Oh my god, are you serious? Sorry about that. Put it on Do Not Disturb and it still gives me a voicemail. It's a political call, so make sure you vote again for anybody who hasn't already. We'll be casting my ballot soon, so make sure you check that out. Let's go to the comments really quick since we're messing around. I was a senior in high school in 91, 92 when the first one came out. Okay, cool. So it was probably around 91, 92 then. I don't remember exactly. I know I love the movies, I just don't remember exactly which one when it came out. I think there was a big gap though between the first one and the second one. I want to say at least like 4 or 5 years. I could be wrong about that. What is it? Hey Archer Channel. Yes, full of technical difficulties today. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't prepared. I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared. Trying all sorts of new things every week. I don't know where to look, what I'm doing. All sorts of zaniness. Love the real live stream. Good, I'm glad. No fakeness here, other than my enthusiasm sometimes, but that's okay. So yes, in terms of the trailer, I thought it was okay. I didn't expect a whole lot. The movie, okay, let's talk about what might happen in a sequel. So the first movie was essentially the Addams Family in general, being fish out of water. If you haven't seen the animated one, that's basically what it is, but that's kind of the Addams Family across various things. Now in the live action one, it was sort of Fester coming back because he was like a long lost brother. In the sequel, Addams Family Values, that one, the kids go off to camp. There's a new baby, which his name is... I know this, don't tell me. I've said it before, and I will remember the baby's name. Wednesday, Pugsley, and drawing a blank. I can't remember the baby's name. I'll probably remember it halfway through. If there's anybody who wants to jump in, I'm just gonna look it up. It's Pubert. I think Pubert? Pubert! That's right. Okay, thank you for the save. Thank you. I knew I was close. Pubert. So that was the baby in the live action Addams Family Values. So in this one, will they introduce another baby? Most likely not. What I would guess that they would do is take the Addams Family out of the town and out of the house that they were in the first one and kind of just have them more than likely they're going to go one of two ways. And they both kind of follow movies that already exist. And that's going to be the Hotel Transylvania movies because that's the closest thing we have to the Addams Family, at least in modern times. So my theory is they're probably either going to, one, Morticia and Gomez are going to have a child, a third child. It's going to be like that family dynamic trying to figure that out. Or option number two, they're just going to go on vacation somewhere. It's going to be another fish out of water story. They could go on a cruise. They can go backpacking in the Alps or something, or go see some other family somewhere else. That's most likely going to be my theory. They might even do like a road trip cross-country movie, throw that in there. So most likely it's going to be new baby or vacation movie. Most likely, I'm putting my cards in the vacation one. I have no idea. We don't know anything beyond this poster and teaser trailer, but I think that's what makes the most sense, especially for a kids movie where they may not be interested in some of this stuff, so it might not, you can't go fully adult with some of the humor on it. Kind of has to be that tongue-in-cheek stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do in the future with this franchise. Either way, I'm still excited for it. I will still see it, probably not in theaters like the first one, because although I liked it, I wasn't in love with it. I still like the Addams Family, but we'll see if it even makes it to theaters in 2021 with everything getting pushed back. But hopefully it will. It's an animated movie. I think it might be a little bit easier to work on and produce from an at-home thing. I know there's a lot of programs that you can use wirelessly type of thing, and everybody can share the file. So it might be easier to work on an animated movie during the pandemic than really anything else. But those are just my theories on that. So, good talk about the Addams Family. All that good stuff here. Now we're going to move on to these guys. Spider-Man 3. Let's put it over here on the main camera. I was going to use it on the side camera, which is still here, by the way. Whoops. If I can get my clicks in order. Side camera, still here. Don't know how I want to incorporate it, so it's kind of being ignored, but it's still here. That's good. And my weird hair doing whatever it is doing in the back. Okay. I need to get a haircut, but I want to grow my hair out. So I'm kind of at a crossroads. Do I get it cut? Do I let it grow out? No, I tried to grow out my hair before. I mean, on top, this is like probably the longest I have it most of the time. But I'm thinking about growing out the sides and like kind of doing the full thing. Let me know what you guys think. Probably gonna grow it out, but maybe trim it so it doesn't look as crazy as it does now with all this wackadoodle stuff going on in here. So, got your haircut today. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. Hopefully you feel refreshed, feel like a new man, and your family accepts you. I was a beast. Last haircut was in November. You're going on a year of almost no haircut. That's pretty awesome. Should have kept it strong. New man. Awesome. Yeah, I FaceTimed or Skype, whatever you want to call it, with my parents. And they basically called me like a wolf man or something because I haven't really shaved very much. I've had a beard for a number of years, basically since like high school. I've been on and off with it. But I've pretty much not had a clean shaven face in I don't even know how long. But I haven't really grown out my hair officially. Like I always let it get longer, and then after a while I'll just get tired of it. But maybe just try something different, see how this goes. Might just, like I said, trim it up and then just let it grow out a little bit more evenly and not look so wackadoodle. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna move on to the good stuff. Oh, we have a vote. Grow it, you're on the way. I am on the way. You wanna see what bothers me? That. Because this little weird hair thing that comes back here. Because I mean, if I push my hair all the way back, which is not a normal thing. I know this is totally off topic, but we're going live, it's fine. I mean, it kind of goes down to here. If I could grow, look how long the hair is. Oh, can't see it. Look how long the hair is. If I grow it out, I mean, it's not gonna take, my hair grows pretty fast. So for the most part, it's not gonna take long in terms of, how do I switch cameras? There we go. It's not gonna take long, probably realistically, for me to grow out my hair, but I think I might give it a shot. I'm already at home 90% of my time, so who's gonna see me? As long as the wife likes it and my kid doesn't yank on it too much, then it should be a-okay. Oh my god, I don't want... Have my phone in Do Not Disturb. What just happened? I have my phone in Do Not Disturb. Don't know why I'm still being disturbed. Political calls still get through and political texts on Do Not Disturb? Did I turn on my Do Not Disturb? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're gonna move along with it. Have to be clean shaven and hair can't be too long because of work. That makes sense. I mean, my work really doesn't care. Plus, like I said, I'm working from home right now, so realistically I could do it. I'm just... Sometimes it just annoys me, like when I'm asleep type of thing. That's why I usually trim it up, but for the most part, I usually keep it. They can override my Do Not Disturb? Then what's the point of Do Not Disturb? I feel cheated. I feel cheated. Come on, iPhone, Apple, work on my D&D here. Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna talk about some Spider-Man news. I know this is getting way off topic now. See, now my awkward back hair thing is intruding. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some Spider-Man news now. Get back on track and go enjoy the rest of our nights. How long has it been? Like 20 minutes. Look at us. We're a couple of Joes chilling. I wish I would have got a drink before we started, but I didn't. So I regret that. Food for thought for next time. Reminder. So, Spider-Man number 3. Last week we talked about how Jamie Foxx is going to be coming back as Electro. So excited about that. I mean, so as in like más o menos, more or less, but not like overly excited. What it could mean, obviously, is that we get a Spider-Verse. Now, in my last live, I talked about how most likely I don't anticipate a Spider-Verse happening, mostly because I feel like it's just going to be too much work. They could do it, but I don't know. I just kind of don't feel like that's the direction they're going to go. But now we're going to have Doctor Strange coming into Spider-Man 3. That has been confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in it to some capacity. He's more or less going to be taking, at least from what I've heard, over a more mentor role, very similar to what Tony Stark was doing for Peter Parker in the last couple MCU films. And if you guys saw my tweet, I should have took a screenshot of it and put it up here. How he's kind of got like, Peter Parker has like this kind of fetish for older white men that are kind of just assholes. This just seems to be his type, that he kind of takes advice and mentor from. I'm going to guess that if they cast an Uncle Ben at this at any point, he's probably going to be a very similar Benedict Cumberbatch, Robert Downey Jr. style. Older white man who's probably an asshole to some capacity. With a goatee, by the way. That's an important detail. So supposedly Benedict Cumberbatch will be joining Tom Holland in Spider-Man number 3, which opens up the world of possibility even further into there being a Spider-Verse, because Doctor Strange has the ability to open up portals to other dimensions, other places, where he can bring essentially Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, as well as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, into reality to fight against whoever they're fighting against. Probably Electro and some even 6 or 7 other bad guys. Because was the Morbius movie supposed to come out? Did they delay that? I remember I did a trailer review for it like way back when, and that had Michael Keaton's Vulture in it. Maybe it's going to be a Sinister Six and Doctor Strange has to help, but the why this amps up even more the Spider-Verse theory and what's going to happen in Spider-Man 3 is because Doctor Strange is going to obviously have his own movie, which not only is going to be directed by Sam Raimi, who directed the original Spider-Man movies, 1, 2, and 3 back in the 2000s, but he also is going to be directing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I believe is what it's called, which is also going to be having Wanda from her Scarlet Witch, or whatever you want to call her, who can also do some very multi-dimensional type of stuff. So because of her and whatever they're setting up with WandaVision, it's all just going to be dominoes falling down. So my theory is, if they want to get the Spider-Verse to work, is that there's going to be WandaVision. This is probably going to be backwards for you. Hold on. Let me get rid of this for a second. So say, for example, there's going to be WandaVision, right? And then whatever, Wanda, Scarlet Witch sees a bunch of weird stuff that she deals with Vision. And then that's going to have Doctor Strange 2. That's going to tumble into that. He's going to help her in fixing the multiverse and things like that. Now, somewhere in between those two dominoes, or even just after those two dominoes, we have the Spider-Man movie, where it's going to be Tom Holland is going to have to be fighting Electro and dealing with his identity crisis now that it's been leaked. Spoiler alert, by the way, for Spider-Man Far From Home. It's sort of been leaked, and we don't really know where that's going to go. But maybe Doctor Strange can help that based on something, bringing another Spider-Man and having Tom Holland be somewhere saying, Peter Parker's here, look, Spider-Man's over there. So how could they possibly be the same person? That could be a possibility. That kind of makes sense. And saving and kind of continuing his MCU career, as well as making the Sony movies all canon, I guess, in a way, to what's happening in the current MCU. So that's probably the most realistic possibility, is it's just going to be domino hitting domino hitting domino. I don't have a third hand to imagine dominoes. That's just my theory anyway. If they wanted to bring a Spider-Verse or anything like that, that's probably the closest we're going to get. I don't anticipate it being a full-on Spider-Verse movie. It's still possible. Also, speaking of Spider-Man 3 and possible characters, Vincent D'Onofrio, who was played the Kingpin in the Marvel Netflix Daredevil series, also wants to appear somewhere in Spider-Man 3. So leading us to believe that Kingpin is also a prevalent character, which was also in Spider-Verse. So it's just a big mishmash of information and theories that realistically it is possible that the Spider-Verse thing could still happen. Do I think it's realistic? It's possible, but I don't want to say it's going to be happening for sure. I don't want to put all my chips in that bag. I know everyone is super psyched, super excited for it. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you haven't already. I'll get to the comments in a second. But for the most part, I just don't want it to happen. If they're going to bring them back, it's got to be very subtle, nothing too big where they have to all work together to fight the big bad. I don't want that. I want Doctor Strange to fix the identity problem and have Peter Parker here have Spider-Man here show people that they're not the same person, and then maybe that call it a day. We get a fun little cameo. It doesn't cost the studio that much. We don't have to worry about big action sequences. Would it be cool to still see it? Yeah, I would love to see it. But Spider-Verse is still so fresh. I feel like it's such an original thing for animation. We don't need to ruin it and jump right into it, into MCU. Especially if we want Tom Holland to be a long-term Spider-Man. And I feel like that's such a Miles Morales storyline, and Miles Morales driven, that you're gonna need him. And I don't want to see him too early in the MCU just because Tom Holland has only had a little bit of time as Spider-Man, and I feel like he still needs to have that flagship moment where he is Spider-Man, like solid Spider-Man, not just relying on Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, or relying on Doctor Strange in this case for the upcoming one. I want him to be a standalone, make your own decision type of guy. He's having that mentor role, nothing wrong with that. Having a mentor, teaching the ropes and to rely on. But I need Tom Holland's Spider-Man to stand on his own. That's the best thing that this movie can give us, is by saving him just a little bit, Doctor Strange having him that little bit of help, and then he stands on his own, does his own thing. Fingers crossed that's what would happen. Let's go ahead and go on back to the comment section. I heard it popping like crazy. Hair's still driving me insane. Looks wicked cool. Go for it. I think you mean grow out the hair. I think I'll take your word for it. I mean, you grew out for almost a year. I'm kind of already halfway there with the top. It's just getting the sides and the back, which my hair grows fast, so I think I might be okay there. But then the issue is, how do I part it? Because I want to do like the full Keanu Reeves, like mid part. Again, we're getting way off topic. Let's move on. Oops, I already did those comments. Spider-Man 3 looks interesting. Good. I'm interested. I just want Spider-Man to stay Spider-Man for a little while. Like, he's had such a big back and forth. After a lot of big stuff, he finally got into the MCU, and we're super excited about that. He was in kind of a limited capacity. I just want to see him stand on his own and like not be reliant on the MCU. I want a lot of singular stories from Marvel, but the way they interweave everything, which is a lot of fun. Sometimes I just want a really good story and not have to worry about, oh, now I have to watch the next one, or now I have to have the context of the past 37,000 movies that we've made. I just want to have a good movie that works well, and I don't have to think, oh man, now I gotta watch the next one. Or I gotta watch Black Panther 2 to get some context. Or I gotta watch Captain America's out. Captain Marvel 77 to get an idea of what happened with Spider-Man and how he's somehow connected with Miss Captain Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, I just want Spider-Man to be Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man because he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the best Marvel character to me. Batman is the best DC character to me. And I feel like they are just so well in their own universes that they get bogged down when people start trying to throw all this other stuff, at least in movies, with them, which I think is why Sam Raimi's movies were so good, is because he made Spider-Man movies. He wasn't trying to make, although I think there was like an X-Men teaser in there somewhere. Like, they wanted Hugh Jackman, but because they didn't really have all that working yet, they decided not to do it. That would have been cool, but I just want Spider-Man to be Spider-Man. He's such a rich character on his own. We don't need to bog him down with Doctor Strange and Iron Man and keep throwing all these extra characters in there just to have Avengers. How many Avengers movies are there? There's 4. Because Civil War is like Avengers 2.5. So if we consider Spider-Man 3, that'd be 4.5 or 4.7, whenever you want to consider the timeline wise. I just feel like we need just Spider-Man. Let Spider-Man be Spider-Man. Sometimes the no rules multiverse goes too far. Feels like it's lazy writing. And I agree. And I will say this. Did I say this in the last live? I don't remember. But I feel like the multiverse idea is the next cinematic universe. Now, what I mean by that is Marvel sort of capitalized on the cinematic universe for cinematic universes. They got the formula right. a bunch of other franchises have desperately tried to copy that. DC did it. Although I hate to admit it, they did do it. Who else has done it? They tried to do a dark universe with Universal, with the original movie monsters, with Tom Cruise's The Mummy. It just doesn't work that well. And I feel like there were a lot of people jumping on that board of sagas, jumping on the bandwagon rather, of sagas and cinematic universes. Now Marvel's going to switch gears a little bit because their big cinematic universe, although it still exists, we want to continue a different storyline, make things interesting, keep that going. They're going to shift gears into a multiverse. Now, there's been multiverses across a lot of platforms, including Marvel and DC in the comics in the past. But because they're going to start shifting gears and people are already copying Marvel, they're most likely going to just continue that trend. Now we're going to have a MCU multiverse. DC's probably going to fix the whole multiverse situation with the Flash movie that's going to come out like 3 years from now. Fixing the whole Batman situation, a bunch of other stuff with their own Flashpoint movie, which isn't really a surprise. We kind of anticipated that for the most part, but cinematic universes were the trend. I feel like, and I see the trend moving to multiverse. I'm kind of interested to see if they do that with Fast and the Furious, because if they kind of figure that out, maybe, okay, go with me here. Fast and Furious, I desperately want them to go to space, right? I think even Vin Diesel teased that they might do it. So I desperately want them to go to space. I want to Fast 10, just to be punny, to be called Fast 10 Your Seatbelts, right? So what if they go all out, they end it on 10, but when they go to space, they have that epic drive or whatever you want to do, rockets, and Dom has to go into a black hole. And everybody's sad, everybody's crying. We have essentially the funeral scene from Endgame, but for Dom. Okay, cool. We get it. We get to see all the characters. We'll play See You Again by Charlie Puth and Wiz Khalifa again. And then we'll see one of two things. Either we will see Dom in credits, right? And then we'll see after credits, either Dom is in a car heaven probably, with Paul Walker, CG Paul Walker, or option number 2, we're in a multiverse where Dom somehow gets back to Earth, and I almost said Planet of the Apes because that reminded me of Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. Not that, but he gets back to Earth, or what he thinks is Earth, but it's like an alternate reality, and it's like Tron, but Paul Walker's still alive, digitally, of course. I think that would be probably the best way to end the series. Don't make anything else after that. Don't try and multiverse beyond that. I just think that would be a really fun idea. Think about it, Hollywood, if you're watching this, Hollywood. All right, so we got Pax in the house. What's up, Pax? You got a stream tonight, right? I think you do. You usually have them 9 o'clock. 7:30 already. Wow. I really went deep into that multiverse thing about Fast and Furious. I didn't even think about that until I literally just said it. Hellos. Love the Daredevil series. I hate that they canceled it. Yeah, and it's not necessarily that they canceled it. Well, they canceled it, but it was just essentially that Marvel wanted their people back. And because of how they kind of like constructed the contracts, I don't think that they can consider that stuff canon or at least usable in the MCU. Like they either have to wait I think it's like 5 years before they can use those characters in live action again, or they have to somehow restructure to make that canon. But most likely they'll just let it sit. I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil, as Matt Murdock. I think that was one of the best series out there. When they started adding stuff like Luke Cage, which I thought was good. I don't know if I finished season 2. Iron Fist, which season 2 is better than season 1, even though it's sort of the runt of that group. And Jessica Jones, which, did I watch Jessica Jones? I watched the first season. I don't know what happened in season 2, but I watched The Defenders and I remember that. I think there was 3 seasons of Jessica Jones. I don't really remember. The only one that I kept up with really was Daredevil because it was so awesome. Highly recommend that show. I think it might still be on Netflix, so make sure you watch it if you haven't. Okay, we're at the end of the structure of comments there. I'm gonna pop up the fun stuff. Just to kind of fill that in. Hey, it kind of looks like the pops are standing on the subscribe button. Kind of. Hold on. Let's make it look like they're standing on it. There we go. Pops are standing on the subscribe button. That just makes me happier. So yeah, those are my theories on what could happen or potentially go down with the Spider-Man 3 thing. Obviously, it's mostly speculation, but all the cards are there showing us that they're likely going to go with the Spider-Verse to some degree. Hope they don't go lean too heavily into it, but if they must, they must. And we'll just leave it at that. Yep, Pax has a stream at 9. Make sure you check out Pax's channel at 9. He's doing his study with Paximus, which is super awesome, super chill music, fun talk whenever we do talk, and you can get something done or just chill, cook or clean or whatever, and he's got some great music there. Also, you make sure you check out, I don't know, where's the thing? There's a cup. Oh, that was pretty good placement. There's a cup and there's a sticker for Hey Archer. Make sure you check out Hey Archer. Make sure you check out his merch store if you want any cool stickers or mugs like back there. heyarcher.com/heyarcherstore. You can use my official sponsor code of AWYT as a promo code, and you will get a 100% free invalid code message for his store. So if you use that code, you'll get one free invalid code message letting you know it doesn't work, and you get to pay full price for everything. So he is the unofficial sponsor of today's episode, as well as PAX. I know he has some merch coming up soon. Maybe I can get a similar referral link for a referral code for his store when that comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed that joke. I actually thought about that one earlier, and I wanted to make sure it was here for you guys because you guys understand the reference. If I get a bigger audience, which if you can help me get a bigger audience, I would greatly appreciate that by sharing this, videos, live streams, just jumping in, telling your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. But remind me to tell that joke again, because I feel like that would get a massive laugh out of everybody, because I don't know why. I just feel like that makes a lot more sense and a lot funnier than just saying you'll get 20% off. You're gonna get a free invalid code. I thought it was funny. See, the future agrees with me. Okay, at least somebody gets my humor, and that's nice to know. Oh, I got all my stuff up still. Sorry, can't see the comments. Offers coops on his channel. I didn't get any coops. I need some coops. We need coops. It's probably because I missed it. Sorry. It's probably because I missed it a couple streams. Although I did wake up one day and PAX was still streaming. I woke up at like 7:38 Eastern and he was still streaming. So if you miss him, most likely you might be able to catch him sometime, anytime. He's streaming all the time. It's madness. I think like in a day or two, probably he'll be on 100 by now. It's crazy. But anyway, that's really all I have for today's stream. How long have we gone? 38 minutes. And Sunday Night Football is coming out in like 40 minutes, where my Seahawks will take on the Minnesota Vikings, hoping to win that game. So we're gonna wrap things up here. Like I said, thank you guys so much for coming by. Leave a like if you did like this stream. Make sure you share it with your friends. I have new Cinematic Elite every single Thursday. Mornings usually is when that comes out, as well as I live stream here on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you can stop by or tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for checking in. Great show, awesome. And PAX almost at 100. Yeah, I don't know what number he's on, but last time I saw he's at like 88. So by how fast he streams, he'll be there within the next week. So make sure you check out Hey Archer, Paximus, Creativity from the Future's got some great stuff coming out. Rhino Dog is working on a podcast that you can find across, I think it's all platforms. I have the Apple podcast, but I think it's on Spotify as well. I believe it's called the 318 Project, so check that out. That is pretty cool as well. Bing, bang, boom. I think that's it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in the next stream. Peace.